Join me as I dive deep into Dana Davis's perspective on Gucci3rdleg's STD scandal and see if I can connect it all to some biblical teachings. Dana Davis is a name that has been making waves in the social media scene for quite some time. What I love about her is that she's unapologetic and she's real and she's not afraid to speak her mind at all. Guys, in the midst of the Gucci3rdleg's controversy, Dana decided to chime in her 2 cents into the matter. And boy, did she spark a lot of conversation. As a Christian, as an influencer, her take on the whole situation was quite refreshing. And I think it's worth exploring. When we talk about Dana Davis, we're talking about someone who is not shy about her faith. She's very open about her biblical views, and that's what makes her commentary Gucci3rdleg's situation so fascinating. Guys, in a world where social media influencers often shy away from talking about sensitive topics, Dana dives right in, and I respect that about her. Dana's perspective is unique because it's rooted in her faith. She's not afraid to tackle tough topics, and she's not afraid to say what's on her mind and what needs to be said, even if it's unpopular. As someone who built a following on social media, her influence is significant, and I think it's worth examining what she has to say about Gucci3rdleg's controversy. In a world of social media, influencers have a lot of power. They have the power to shape narratives, to sway opinions, and to influence how we think about certain issues. Dana Davis is no exception, and that's why her perspective on Gucci3rdleg's situation matters. The Gucci3rdleg controversy has been making headlines for weeks now. It's a messy situation, to say the least, and it raises a lot of questions about accountability, morality, and personal responsibility. At the heart of the controversy is Gucci3rdleg, a social media personality and a porn star who's been accused of withholding information about his sexual health from his partners. The allegations against Gucci3rdleg are serious. It has sparked a lot of debate about how we should be treating each other in our romantic relationships. Should we be more open about our sexual health? Should we be more mindful of people we're sleeping with? Absolutely. These are just a few questions that have been swirling around in the aftermath of this scandal. In the midst of all the drama, Dana Davis decided to chime in her 2 cents. As a Christian, she brought a unique perspective to the table. She didn't just focus on the surface level issues, she dug deeper. That's what I wanted to explore in this video. Dana's commentary on the Gucci3rdleg situation is rooted in her biblical views on morality, accountability, and health. She believes that as a Christian, we have a responsibility to live our lives in a way that honors God. That means being honest, being transparent, and being mindful of people around us. From a biblical perspective, our bodies are a temple of the Holy Spirit. We're called to honor God with our bodies, and that means taking care of ourselves physically, emotionally, and spiritually. When we're in romantic relationships, we have a responsibility to be honest with our partners about our sexual health. Dana believed that Gucci3rdleg's actions were a violation of that trust. By withholding information about his sexual health, he put his partner at risk. He put all his partners at risk. And that's not okay. As Christians, we are called to be good stewards of our bodies, and that means being responsible for our sexual health. In the Bible, we are called to love our neighbors as ourselves. That means treating others with kindness, compassion, and respect. When we're in romantic relationships, we have a responsibility to prioritize our partner's well-being, and that means being honest about our sexual health. Dana's perspective on Gucci3rdleg's situation is rooted in her biblical views on accountability. She believes that as a Christian, we are accountable to God for our actions. We are accountable to each other, and we're accountable to ourselves. When we make mistakes, we need to own up to them and take responsibility for our actions. The Bible teaches us that we should confess our sins to each other and pray for each other so that we may be healed. That's exactly what Dana is calling for in the midst of this scandal. She's calling for accountability, for responsibility, and for honesty. From a biblical perspective, our health is not just about our physical body, it's about our spiritual body as well. When we're in a right relationship with God, we're more likely to make healthy choices, and that includes being honest about our sexual health. Dana believes that Gucci3rdleg's actions were a result of a deeper spiritual issue with him. She believed that he was lacking in his spiritual walk, and that is what led him to make the choices that he did make. As Christians, we need to be mindful of our spiritual health because it affects every area of our lives. Spiritually, we're taught that our faith should inform every area of our lives, including our relationship and our health. Dana is calling for a more holistic approach to our relationships, one that prioritizes honesty, accountability, and spiritual health. Some people might argue that Dana's perspective is too harsh, that she is being too judgmental. But I think that's unfair. Dana is simply calling for accountability, for responsibility, and for honesty. She's not trying to shame or condemn anyone. She's trying to call us to a higher standard. Others might argue that Gucci3rdleg's actions are his own business, that they do not affect anyone else. But I think that that's a cop-out. When we are in a romantic relationship, our actions affect our partners and they affect our communities. From a biblical perspective, we're called to be our brother's keeper. We're called to look out after each other, to care for each other, to prioritize each other's well-being. That's exactly what Dana is calling for in the midst of this scandal. In conclusion, Dana Davis's perspective on Gucci3rdleg's scandal is rooted in her biblical views on morality, accountability, and health. She is calling for a more holistic approach to our relationships and that prioritize honesty, accountability, and spiritual health. I think her perspective is refreshing, and I think it's worth considering. What do you guys think? Do you agree with Dana's take on the situation, or do you have a different perspective? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to hear more about Dana Davis's and her biblical views on relationship, be sure to check out her next videos and her TikToks and stuff. And I definitely look forward to following her story and looking at her different perspectives on what she's going through with her body's health. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless you, and God bless your family. Thanks.